Hi, lovies. I am on my phone now. Unfortunately, my laptop wasn't allowing me to go ahead and bring on people, which sucks. So I have to do it from my phone. I'm gonna go ahead and invite Mandy on here. Hopefully, Mandy's still on here. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, no new viewers left. Erica. Hi, Erica. Let's bring on Mandy. I got Bryn. I got Shannon. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes technology, people love technology. I love technology at sometimes, but I hate it too. Because you can't always depend on technology as far as computers go, because unfortunately computers, they do fail you. They do fail. All right. Let's see. Waiting for Mandy to come on. Mandy. Ah, there you are, Mandy. All right, Mandy. Mandy, if they're on the bottom of your screen, now I'm doing this from my cell phone, so it might be better on the cell phone, but on the bottom of your screen, there's a little guy or a little picture, and it allows you to request. If you can go ahead and hit that, because I'm trying to hit it, and oh, hi, Michael. Let's see, I got Michael. Add viewers to your broadcast. Request to be in your broadcast. Let me send you a request. Mandy, can you send me a request so I can add you? Pretty please. I know I've done this before. Seriously. Seriously, guys, I've done this before. I think, oh, wait, here we go. Hey. All right, awesome. Bring in Mandy, add. Beautiful, it worked on the first try. Awesome. Okay, Mandy.
Are we there? We're here. Okay, I had to use my phone too. Let me log out a second of my other one. I can't believe it. We did this. Yay! Karen, can I just say that I appreciate you so much. The way you run business, the way you talk to everybody, the way you interact with everybody. Thank you for being a perfect example of a business owner who cares. I love it.
Oh, you're welcome, dear. You're welcome. As you guys know, Mandy is one of our sponsors, one of my sponsors for Spray Tan Academy. So when I train students in the beginner spray tanning course, they get a swag bag full of goodies, and JMT is definitely one of them.
Yay!
Great solution, love it.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love your solution. I mean, it's amazing.
That makes me so happy, and that's what we want to hear. We just want everybody to do well in this business that wants it. It's
absolutely,
just fun.
Absolutely. We're here to rise with each other. We're here to lift each other up. Help each other grow. I mean, I may have my own son this line too, but you know what? Not always about me.
Well, I know, and
it's about you guys. It's about helping others, helping other brands get their name out there. It's not about, me.
I love it. I love it. You have the best competition ever.
So I think you used to be Jamaica tan, right?
Yes, it did. In fact, when I started spray tanning, there was a different owner of Jamaica Me Tan. And I ended up buying them out because I grew my spray tan business like unbelievably so. So I just made a comment to him once that said, hey, if you ever want to sell, I want to buy it. Within 2 months, I was the owner. And then I wanted to just modernize the name. So JMT, of course, stands for Jamaica Me Tan. But I wanted to modernize it and make it easy and get a cute logo with the JMT, So
I love it.
Yeah. Thank you.
When did they
When
start
did they start Jamaica Me Tan?
Gosh, it's been 18 years ago. So in 2001.
That's what I thought because in 2005, when I started, the name Jamaica Me Tan was floating all over the place on Tan Talk.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
That's where I heard it from. I literally heard it from Tan Talk. And I was like, cool. And people were like, oh, Jamaica Me Tan. I think Norvell was one of them, but yeah, Jamaica Me Tan was floating around all over the place back in the days.
It was, and you know what? And the owners just they weren't like mine. In high school, I was voted best tan because it's just in me to be tan, right? So, and they were just doing businesses as a side, so they weren't trying to grow it, yet they were getting all this attention. And I was just sitting there going, let me get my hands on that business because I loved the product. And so that's why I'm like, you guys aren't doing what can be done. Let me have it. Let me buy it. So.
Right. And you know what? You bought it. Yes. And I mean, you did amazing.
You did amazing in creating and building the brand.
Thank you so much. It's been a lot of work. It's been a crazy amount of work, but you know what? It doesn't feel like work when you love what you do. So
that's absolutely true.
I love what I do.
Doesn't feel like work to me.
So I can be doing this 24/7.
I know, right? I pretty much do. You do, Karen.
So tell me something. Let's talk about your clear versus your bronzer solution.
Okay, so the clear solution, our bronzer solution, it has triple action. So the bronzer actually adds a tint, a color to the solution. So, but the clear is really fun. We figured that if somebody tans with a medium clear, they're getting like a light medium color, probably overall. But we tan tons of people on their lunch hour, and they want to come in on their lunch hour, go back to work, and not have the brown look or kind of that shiny look. So we tan them with the clear. They go back to work. They look the very same, but then they leave for the vacation the next day, and they have their tan. Also, like prom girls, when we tan them on a Saturday morning because they're in sports Friday nights and stuff. And then we can add the sparkle to it too. So then they don't have to shower because the bronzer isn't there. It doesn't wash off on their clothes or rub off on their clothes. So it's a really, really nice addition for lunchtime tanners, and also gals that have larger pores. The bronzers can sometimes get stuck in those larger pores, and it closes on it, and it can leave little dots. Well, the clear solution doesn't do that, so it doesn't have the bronzer that gets stuck in those areas. So it's really a nice. We don't use it a ton, but it's a great product, and it sells really well for what it is made for.
Okay. What the thing good is for let's say people with age spots or sunspots.
It's still going to grab there, not as much because the bronzer really soaks up on this age spot, so it's not as much. But we find that we'll dab, I'm sure you do too, we dab like barrier cream or a little lotion right on that age spot, but we don't get it on the outer circle, otherwise it has a white ring around it too. Because it really does soak up. I'm sure, like our dermatologists that are locally, when I started spray tanning, were just bombarded because people would get their tans and then they would have these spots kind of show up because it's dry areas. And the dermatologist called and said, what are you doing? Because we think our clients, our customers, patients have real tans and they don't. And they're all coming in because these spots are starting to show up. And we're like, well, it attaches to the dry areas. And so it's not as bad with the clear. It doesn't get as heavy because the bronzer adds that extra layer of color for a couple days or, 40 hours.
Okay.
Very, 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 very good to know. Now, okay. So brides like the clear. I know that. Here.
Do they?
Brides are like, clear, please.
Yes. Because sometimes if you don't wash all that bronzer off in your first rinse, it can still come off on clothes, especially dry.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I want to say, guys, am I guys hearing an echo by any chance? Let me know if you're hearing an echo. I kind of am on myself.
Okay. I don't hear it. You're clear on my end.
Huh. I mean, I can
kind of hear an echo myself, and someone said use their headphones.
Okay.
But okay.
Okay.
So let's see. We can't
We
hear
can't
you.
hear
Kimberly
you.
Lewis says we can't hear you at all.
Oh no. Either one of us?
Let me think. Kimberly, which one can you
not hear?
Me or Mandy?
Me or Mandy?
Is it
Echo?
Echo?
Is there an echo now?
Is there an echo now?
Echo. Okay. Yes. Okay. Is it on both of ours? Only me. Okay, so let me see if I can lift this up a little bit.
Karen's
Are going bad.
I don't have the
I don't have the
headphones
headphones now.
Okay.
on. Let me try something else.
Okay.
Make
I'm
a
gonna
Make it a microphone.
lift mine up a little bit. See if I can, maybe this one.
How about now, guys?
guys?
Echo.
Either
What?
Mandy?
Hey there, Mandy.
Oh, great. Now I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you
Still
hear
an
me?
echo.
Okay.
Unplug. Guys,
Whoa. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Is there any echo?
Okay.
Bummer.
I wonder why. I wonder, is your phone sitting on something that might?
No, I'm actually
You're holding it?
I'm holding
it.
Okay. Still an echo. That's right. I don't have an echo on my end with you. You're very clear to me.
I know, and you're
Clear to me.
Let's see.
Okay.
Okay.
I hope so.
We're going to be here, guys. I apologize. Drives me nuts. Crap. Okay. So moving on.
Okay.
Let's talk about
your quick dry versus your rapid scan.
Awesome. Okay. So our quick dry solution, we do not use alcohols for one. I know a lot of people question that on the drying solution, but we don't use any alcohols in it. And the quick dry, it goes on one light application. Like typically with our regular lines, we do 2 light coats everywhere. Same thing with the rapid tan, you would use 2 coats everywhere. And with the rapid tan, your customer decides how dark they want to be based on when they shower. So 1 to 2 hours would be a light, 2 to 3 medium, and 3 or more a darker color. Now the quick dry, the technician decides how dark the customer wants to be. So if the customer wants a medium color, 1 light layer of the quick dry will get them a medium color, and it doesn't have any tackiness to it. So literally after a minute of being sprayed, you can touch yourself and it doesn't feel like you've been sprayed. And then if you want a darker color, then you can do two layers and it gets you a really dark color. But we don't go crazy dark with our solutions. We try and keep it very natural. But that's what the quick dry does. Is dry to the touch within a minute after being sprayed. And then as the technician determines how dark to be. Whereas the rapid tan, the customer decides.
And that's one thing. They don't want to tap your put the clothes back on.
Yes, that's right. Yes. We just give them the hose to the machine to dry with, and then they can get dressed right away, and they go about their business, and you forget you even have a spray tan until you go look in the mirror and go, oh, that's right, I have my tan on. So
that's the best thing about that. I love it. Some people say that I've heard in the past that they say
There's no alcohol in our product at all. None. So what we did is we backed down our hydrating ingredients. So it's not, we backed out all the hydrating ingredients. So the tan lasts a good 7 days. So whereas our signature line and our violet line, that will easily last 10 days because we really put hydrating properties in it. So we just don't add as much into the quick dry line. And it's very potent. We use a very potent DHA for that line. So we don't have to use any alcohols in it.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm actually going into I won't be echoing.
There you go. That sounds good right there.
I guess
Okay. Because it's kind of going up and down. Now it's kind of going up and down, your voice.
go my keyboard.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Any improvement?
On my end, it sounds good. Awesome.
Christy, any improvement? Let me know. Shoot, I might have to go out.
That would be too bad, right? So I'm sure it's beautiful there.
No, it's cloudy, rainy.
Oh, no, really? And here in Washington State, it's 80 to 85 degrees almost already. So we're flip-flopped right now.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's good to know that it doesn't have like alcohol like a lot of people say about solutions. I've heard that in the past, a couple of years ago.
Actually.
Yeah, no, we do not add any alcohols in our product at all.
That's cool. No, you recently came out with some violet.
Yes, we did.
What's the difference between the violet and your signature line?
Cool. Okay. Our signature line, we feel like is more of a golden brown tan. So I kind of compare it to when I go to Hawaii, I get a really pretty golden tan when I'm in the Hawaiian Islands. So I feel like that's where our signature line is. It really gives a nice, pretty golden brown. And our violet line is more of a brown. So when I go to Mexico, I get a really dark brown, and I kind of attribute it to that. So our violet line just goes more brown versus a golden brown. And then we do have an example of it on our YouTube channel at JMT Sunless I do a comparison. I tan half my body with the violet and half my body with the signature line. And I hold up and you can really see the difference of, it's not a huge difference, but people will notice that it's more brown color when they use it. But that kind of shows the difference of it, because some people really like that golden look and some people like the darker brown. So this way it gives people the option. And if you have a violet brown or violet solution in a dark and you have a signature solution in a medium, you can still mix those two together and get a mix between the medium and the dark for somebody. So you don't have to only have the violet or only have the signature. You can mix those two together for a spray tan. If somebody wants, if they're like a little worried to go, I don't want to go dark, but I don't want to go, I want to be darker than the medium, then they can do a half and half mix and get that nice blend. And all of our solutions can be mixed and matched like that together. So you don't have to shy away if one line is a violet and one line is a signature. You can still mix it and it'll still be a beautiful color.
Okay, cool. I've heard people in the past mixing solutions like they'll mix one brand with another brand. Can that be done?
I don't know that I would mix different brands because there's different ingredients. Everybody has their own way of manufacturing their products. But inside our JMT lines, yes, because we make them the very same. It's just the different amounts of DHA that are in the different lines or the different 8, 10, 12. And sometimes people want more than the light, but the medium they feel is too dark for their skin tone. So you can mix those two together and it's not going to hurt at all. It's actually going to be very beautiful. We do that with a lot of our brides because the light, I feel like the light is more of a, you get the light spray tan, you go to work tomorrow and people are like, man, you look great. Did you color your hair, whiten your teeth? They won't pinpoint it on a tan. It's a beautiful glow. But the medium, I think goes more of like 10 sessions in a tanning bed if you tan easy. And maybe that's too much for somebody. So mixing the two is a great blend. And also we've had customers that use the medium and then on like day 7, they go, you know, when I get to the end, I kind of look more, a little bit of a yellow tint. Well, we'll mix our light and our dark for that customer and wipe that out on them. So mixing and matching really gets that perfect blend for everybody. And we really encourage asking your customers to let us know if you love it. If there's something you want different, let us know. And we want technicians to have their customers feel comfortable to say, Guy, you know, this happened last time I got that. Is there a way to fix that? And play with the solutions. Customers don't mind at all if you let them know. Well, let's try something new on you. They're usually really open to that. And they love it. It's good.
Yeah, Michael before when I wrapped from him, told me he was a Mickey master.
Yes, I love Michael.
We should get him a trophy. We should get him a trophy. It says Mickey Master, Michael.
Right, mixologist. I agree. Yes, him and Eve too. They love it. So that's awesome.
Some people are like, some people are like, let's mix.
Yes. Yes.
I like to mix first.
I do too, and I know some people are scared of it, but I feel like mixing a medium with a dark is better than adding DHA drops, because DHA drops will darken the tan, but it dries out the skin. You know, so if you mix with darker colors, it doesn't dry your customer out. They can do that every time, every week, because DHA is very drying to the skin, you know. So the darker
the higher DHA you go.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Speaking of DHA, other companies have a light.
Yep.
They have the light. Mediums and 8.
Yes.
Or 9. 10 is dark.
Yes. Yes.
Why? How was it a little different? Yours is an 8 medium, but it's a light.
It's a light on ours. Yes, and it's the way that we mix our product. I'm shooting for a real natural look, and I want the tan to last 10 days on our customers. So we add hydrating properties into the mixing process, and by doing that, it kind of makes the DHA soften a little bit. So our 8% is a light. I mean, some people it's more of a medium on, depending on skin tones, of course, but overall, because of the way we mix it, and I'm shooting for the natural look, and we have the hydrating ingredients in it that don't make it tacky, but because I feel like even our regular lines aren't super tacky, they work really well, but it does, maybe the DHA isn't quite as potent by doing that. So our 10% is equal to more of a medium base tan. And that's why we call that our medium.
Okay.
So,
I had an idea that I wanted to make sure asked you about it.
yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Good.
Now you have a new one. Bling line.
Oh, I love the bling line. Oh, so much fun. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we have the sparkle micas that people can add in, you know, technicians can add into their solutions. But when you add it into your solution cup, you can't put that solution back in your regular bottles because it has the bling in it now. So we put the bling in the actual product. So that way you have your own container of the bling that you can put it right in. And people, they eat it up. They love it. I know Eve has posted some forum of her. Really, it's a mica. It's a shimmer. It's not a heavy sparkle that looks overdone. It's when the light hits your skin, it glistens. You know, you can see that pretty sparkle. Of course, most of it washes off in the first shower. but it's just really pretty, and young girls or people that are tanning on a Saturday with the clear solution, that is ideal because it just really adds a really shimmery, pretty look to your skin. Like if you go out on New Year's Eve and you get that shimmer lotion that just the light bounces off your skin and makes it glisten, that's what it does. So yes.
Awesome. So that'd be great.
Oh, it's great. Prom girls, New Year's Eve, we can't keep it in stock, you know.
I don't have to. Do you have any shimmers? Bling to my.
Yes. Well, yeah. Gotta get it to them, Terry.
That's true.
Oh, yes. We'll get a care package to you.
There you go. Let me tell you something. My clients absolutely love it.
Oh, yes.
JMT right away.
Yay!
This is amazing.
Good.
And I have a client that uses it. I literally make her use it because she tends weekly. And so I got tired of I keep telling her, down with the tan build up and get one.
Yes, of course.
And so I tell her,
Good.
the day before, tanner. And she does.
Oh, yeah.
Uses the mist.
Yep.
And let me tell you guys, it works amazing.
Yay! Oh,
You
good.
can spray it on.
Yeah.
And then you get your mitt.
Yeah.
You go ahead and scrub it off.
Yeah, and you will see it come on your mitt.
Oh yeah. I get to see this. I try it myself. It's like amazing. Some people have their own, where they use what do they use?
Right. And then you gotta get it off, and yes. Oh, good. I know, and we love it there's some gals that always tan late at night, and they always sleep on their hands. And we're just like, here, take this home because you clean up your hands. You know, it might take a couple different times throughout the day to really get it off if it's heavy, but it does work without drying you out really bad. Because, you know, I used to use baking soda and water all the time in my spray tan room, and my hands would get so dry by doing that. Yeah.
Works amazing. A busy day. My hands are black. I'm putting this on.
That's so cool. Yay.
Wonderful. It works really good.
What's that?
How much is this?
$12.50 for one, and then you can get 5 for $50. So if you want to retail it, people retail it in their salons for about $20 typically, so they can sell it to their customers.
There you go, guys.
Yeah.
Oops, I know you guys have clients. They still have spray tan on them before you tan.
And even like on their ankles or something, you know, when it's ready to come off and you just can't scrub it off, it works good for that. And then we also have another new product, Taryn, that is these clear drops that you can add into your own moisturizing routine, and just at night basically for face tanning. And you just add, there's no smell, and you just add it into your own moisturizing routine at night, just about 7 drops. You mix it in, you put it on, and you wake up and have your face tan again, because you know faces fade very quickly. And this product is awesome. You can use it on your whole body, but it really, we made it for the face, because that seems to be where they're always asking for something. And we have, of course, the tanning lotions that work for that, but this is something you can use with your own nightly routine, and it's awesome. It's amazing. This is selling off the shelf.
Does it have DHA in it?
It has DHA in it. Yep.
Okay.
Yes. So we made it in nice drops where it blends easily in with your moisturizers. And about 7 drops in with it is really nice, but sometimes I'll use 12 drops because I want to be a little bit darker on my face. So you just kind of find what works best on your skin. But without it having any smells, it just makes it so easy, and you can just add it right into whatever you do at night anyways. So that's our newest product. We can't keep it in, but we do. We keep it in. I'm just making it all the time.
What moisturizer do you recommend to mix that?
I haven't found you know what? I haven't found any it doesn't work with, but maybe you have to use more drops to get it to activate. So if you notice that what you're using it with, you're not seeing a lot of color, add like 5 more drops the next night and see if that will give you color. But we haven't found anybody that has used something that it has not worked with. We have had girls say, I have to use 12 drops, and some girls only have to use 7. So just kind of find your mix is what it is.
It's like you mentioned, I think because we're always watching
Yes. So, and we always have stuff, like whenever we come up with something new, of course, we're always on Instagram, and my marketing gals, they do tons of stories on Instagram. And so it's fun to follow on that too, because she'll make me do those little boomerang videos and, talk about stuff. And it's fun and easy. Of course we do Facebook too, but, if people follow us on Instagram, they'll see me get conned into doing all my marketing stuff, and it's not my ideas. I just go along for the ride.
That's awesome. But every time I see that, B.Bronze. She bought your blue one. She wants to try it on me. So I'm like, okay, I haven't had a chance to get over there, but she's gonna try it on me. I'm gonna have to tell her about the content too, because you did mention the idea about anything for clients.
Yes. This is it. So I'm making it every day in tons of amounts. So I don't think we'll ever run out because I'm constantly making it. But yes, so it's a fun one. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very happy for you. No,
I know, I can't believe that, Taryn. You're such a blessing. And you know what? I love how you talk about you're real on your forums, and you really inspire, and I love that you're a believer and you're out there with it, and you're just amazing. You really are. And I can't wait to be in California because I just want to hug you.
Let me know when you're I might just do a spray in Washington again and bring you along and get a speaker.
I would love it. That would be amazing. I would love to work in tandem with you on something. That would be amazing.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yes, for sure. And I want to get to know you better if we have that opportunity, I mean, I feel like I know you, but we haven't met yet. So. Right. I know, I wish I could know all my friends. Yeah,
definitely go to Vancouver last year. It was beautiful up there. Absolutely.
It really is. Yes, it is.
We just need to go there and see their movies instead of bringing them back.
Right. No, I think that's really cool. So I appreciate you very much.
And I appreciate you very much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting me and my students. Awesome. And your great products. So appreciate it.
Yay! Thank you, Taryn. Yes, you're welcome.
You know my philosophy.
Yes.
I feel students have more options.
Yes. I think it's amazing that you're out there doing that. It really, and I know that you're so busy, so I think it's really really neat that you take this time because it's time consuming with everything that you do. So
I love seeing people grow and so long. They build up their salon from ground up, their molders. I just love seeing people grow. I had a friend that I trained, and she didn't know JMT.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And she's been training for 5 years. She just needs proper training. And
we're getting there. We're getting there. I tell you what.
And she likes the brand, but options.
Yes, and that's what we feel like too, because people will say, sometimes I offer other options, and we're like, great. We're just happy to be a part of it. We're glad that we're an option. So I think it's great. Yes. Yes, and we did make a code, so if somebody does want to, whoever's listening, for this weekend, Mother's Day weekend, we did make a code, JMT20, and they can get 20% off for watching this or, being in there. So if they want to try us or if they want to stock up right now, now is the time, JMT20 through Sunday night. So Mother's Day weekend here. So, yeah. Well, you tell me what you need, Darren, and we will get it on its way, okay? Well, I'll message you.
I feel like I've known them since when I started. Remember the original logo and their label?
Do you remember that with the parrot and the colors? And yeah, I thought it was really cute back then, which is why we wanted to update too. And I will go through and look at questions. Code JMT20. Thanks, Eve. I will go through and look at the questions too. So if something comes in later, I'll be happy to answer anything that comes in. Because I know I saw some stuff come up, but I didn't read it. I wasn't reading it. So, but I will go back and make sure I catch anything and
Awesome.
So.
Thank you so much, Mandy. Everything you do.
Thank you, Sarah. Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys. So, you guys are looking for a new solution with product. JMT Mandy is the woman.
Thank
Help
you.
out. I've tried her solutions. I use her solutions. They're great.
Thank you.
My clients love them. I have all pros on there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. What a blessing. So thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful Friday weekend. Rest of the Friday.
Yes.
We will let you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Karen. Happy Mother's Day weekend. Bye.
Bye.